This is going to be a short overview and just my thoughts on the book When the Moon Hits Your Eye by author John Scalzi. If you haven't read any of his books, I highly suggest checking them out after you've read, or I suppose you're going to read this. If maybe you hear this and you don't want to after that, that's your choice. But he has written an incredible amount of books. I've read several of them. Great science fiction author, and if he does other writing, he may. I'm not aware of it, but I know him from his science fiction writing. So let's jump into this. This is going to be a quick overview. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much depth. I just had a really good time reading this book and wanted to share it. It's not normally the type of book I would record something or do a book review on, but this one really made me smile, made me laugh, had a really fun time reading it, didn't want to put it down, wanted to keep going. So we'll just jump into this. So I want to do the basic premise. I think that if you're watching this, you probably got an idea about it, or if not, or if you want no spoilers as far as what the premise of the book is, stop watching here and just say 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend this. This is a fun read, not too long, and I think you'll like it. But let's jump into this if you're still here. So what this is a literal interpretation of the moon turning to cheese. Okay, so what happens is the moon turns to cheese instantaneously. Nobody knows what's going on. There's no explanation for it given in terms of what happened. There's, of course, hypotheses. There's, theories, people kind of going crazy, and it's just goes through and talks through the various things that happen. And you have some of the same characters throughout the book, but there's also these one-off chapters where you get a look at, different areas and things that are going on or how people are reacting. There's some close references to people in today's world. I won't spoil it, but it's pretty obvious when you read it. It's kind of funny how different people are reacting, whether it's the everyday person, it's a researcher, it's a billionaire rocket company owner, whatever it is. But again, they take this as the premise and go in, and each chapter is usually a different day. And again, you've got those recurring characters and kind of the funny one-offs where you have insights into the science behind this. Like, what would happen if the moon was replaced by cheese? What does that mean in terms of, would it affect the tides? Would it affect, would there be something different about the size of the moon because of the density? But then there's also just some, some wacky things that happen, some horrible things, just kind of all over the place. And then I won't spoil what happens in the end and what's found out or what's not found out in the end. I think that that's part of the fun. So this takes, for me, a lot of the fun stuff of stories, of human interaction, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, roller coasters, and mixes that in with the science of taking a serious look at like what would happen if this just, instantly occurred. So again, had a lot of fun reading this. Highly suggest checking it out if this piqued your interest. Great book, a lot of fun to read, like I said, and just a lot of fun stuff to cover in there. So highly recommend checking it out.